Jay, welcome to Brisbane City.
Thank you very much.
Lovely to have you here. You're very involved in the Brisbane Paralympic Football Program. Tell us about that. What is it? What's involved?
In 2005, I had the pleasure of taking my son, who is affected with cerebral palsy, to Perry Park to play as an 11-year-old in what was classed as the Queensland Cerebral Palsy Festival of Football. And then after seeing the standard of care that they showed, not only Jared but the other so-called elite players from within the Paralympic system in Queensland, I felt that they weren't getting that sort of getting looked after properly. So I put my hand up with the Sporting Wheelies and Disabled Association, and in 2006 I formed the Brisbane Paralympic Football Program at a little football ground at Westside Grovelly, over the other side of town, because they were the only club that would accept Jared at that time. He was falling over, he had plasters on his legs, and I just wanted him to be involved because I was heavily involved with football myself. It's just carried on, and for the first 4 years, with the support of local families and just bringing their kids along to play with Jared, we got success out of Jared. As a 15-year-old, he was taken away with the Australian Paralympic football team, and I'll always remember the email I got from the FFA notifying me that he'd been accepted and they were taking him to the Netherlands. So it gave me the idea, why can't we have a program for kids with CP so that they have somewhere to go and possibly reach the same pinnacle that Jared's done. He's just turned 24 and he's been to many different countries in the world and represented his country 17 times. Now from the program that is established out at Westside, we've now got 5 Australian representatives at that program and 9 Queensland state representatives. Jared brought a friend along one weekend who didn't have CP, and it was stated, oh, he can't play, and I went, why not? You know, so we opened the doors to make it completely inclusive, and since then it's gone viral. So we could have anything between 30 to 50, 60 people attend on a Sunday of all different abilities, and that includes kids that are getting bullied at school, cancer patients, vision impaired, hearing impaired, kids on the spectrum, and we just don't care. The best thing is the volunteers that come in. I'm ably supported by the 4 major universities at the moment, and they're sending their graduates down to get experience through fields like occupational therapy, physiotherapy, sports scientists, sports psychology, and they're all coming down and doing this on a voluntary basis for me. So I've always wanted to be involved with a large club. I'm lucky enough to be an Australian ambassador, and when you go away, is that people, example, know the name the Brisbane City Football Club, but they don't really know anything about the BPFP. So getting involved with Brisbane City is like a dream come true for me.
Because this is going to be part of the Football for All program here at Brisbane City and part of the My City umbrella, if you like. So how do you think it's going to be able to be fitted in with Brisbane City? How is it going to, how are we going to utilise the membership base that we have, and how is it going to expand?
It'll open up the rest of the community. Just because a person has a different ability doesn't mean that they don't enjoy the game of football. It doesn't mean that they shouldn't have the right to be involved with a large football club like Brisbane City. As long as, you know, and I've spoken to the technical director, and I know that Brisbane City are looking at making sure that every part of their club is going to be fully accessible for all abilities, and that's huge. That is amazing. After discussing it with Tom, the technical director, and I could see that he had passion for not just the club but for the community around. So with a bit of luck we'll be able to get into the education system and offer the special education units a service of physical activity, and if it involves football or just these kids having a bit of physical activity without the authority, you're going to find that you're going to get a lot more members, and hopefully it'll sit bottoms on the seats.
Because we know how powerful a tool sport can be for every ability, whether you're able-bodied or whether you do have a disability, cerebral palsy. It can be such a powerful tool for that inclusivity and for giving people a chance to, as you say, explore the world and to test themselves and to things that they might not have thought were possible.
And that's what it is it? And that's one reason that I decided to sign on the dotted line, was because the way that Tom explained it, that this club was quite happy to accept me to come in and attempt to bring the rest of the community in, using the experience I've had from the Brisbane Paralympic Football Program and many other programs that I've successfully created. It's not all success. We do have some setbacks, but I think we get stronger and we learn more from the setbacks. I always tell the kids, make a mistake, you'll get better. But I do believe that it's the right of every member of the community to be involved with community programs, especially sporting programs. It's not a privilege, it's their right. So with Brisbane City coming on board to support myself and of course myself coming in under their banner will make that possible, I think.
That's brilliant, Jay. Really exciting times for the entire football community. It's very exciting. We're really looking forward to seeing how things play out over the next.
I'm very confident that it'll work. I'm sure that, especially the family environment that they have at Brisbane City, Football for All will be a great success. No, it won't happen overnight, but I have a feeling that we can make the position that I've had offered to me. We can make it sustainable so that I can replace myself as soon as possible with a person within the club structure. And then, of course, the rest will be history, hopefully.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, that's certainly what we hope. Jay, thanks so much for coming in. And as I said, we really look forward to
Right.
seeing
I'd just
how it
like
goes.
to thank Brisbane City for the opportunity of, and especially on behalf of people of a different ability within the community. And it's great that the club is as large as this, with such a great family environment, has stood up and been counted. Thank you.